silencio pesa en el corazón. Camino solo entre sombras largas, buscando una señal, una razón. El viento trae viejos recuerdos, susurrando tu nombre otra vez. Y entre la niebla de mis pensamientos, tu luz vuelve a amanecer. Porque en la oscuridad más profunda siempre hay algo que quiere nacer. Solo el amor puede brillar cuando el mundo se empieza a apagar. Es la llama que no morirá, aunque el tiempo intente borrar. Solo el amor puede salvar lo que el miedo quiso quebrar. Es la fuerza que vive en el alma cuando nadie más puede alumbrar. He visto sueños caer al suelo como hojas secas al final del otoño, pero tu voz rompe el silencio como un rayo cruzando el cielo. Tus palabras son un refugio cuando todo parece perder. Y en tus ojos encuentro el camino que mi corazón quiere creer. Si la tormenta vuelve a caer y el cielo se vuelve gris, tomaré tu mano fuerte y no dejaré de seguir. Porque donde existe cariño siempre hay algo que resistir. Solo el amor puede brillar más allá del dolor y el final. Es la luz que nadie apagará, aunque el mundo quiera olvidar. Solo el amor puede guiar a los que aún quieren soñar. Es la chispa eterna del alma que nos vuelve a levantar. Y cuando todo se vuelva silencio y el tiempo nos quiera callar, será el amor quien en la noche vuelva otra vez a brillar. Hay sombras que guardas en silencio, cicatrices que nadie llegó a ver, historias escritas en tus miedos que el tiempo no quiso comprender. Caminas con dudas en el pecho, como si el mundo fuera a juzgar, pero pero en tus imperfecciones yo encuentro algo especial. No tienes que esconderte más, aquí no hay máscaras que usar. Quiero cada parte de ti, las luces y las grietas también, tus días de cielo y de lluvia, tus silencios que no saben qué hacer. Quiero cada parte de ti, lo que el mundo no quiso mirar, porque incluso en tus bordes rotos tu alma vuelve a brillar. He visto tus noches más largas, cuando el miedo te quiere vencer, pero aún entre tus batallas sigue tu corazón de pie. No eres perfecto, lo sé, pero nadie lo es en verdad. En cada uno de tus defectos encuentro una forma de amar. Si el mundo te dice que cambies, yo diré que así estás bien, porque lo que otros llaman fallas es lo que te hace ser quien eres. Quiero cada parte de ti, las luces y las grietas también, tus sueños perdidos y vivos, tus historias que no cuentan bien. Quiero cada parte de ti, sin temor a lo que vendrá, porque incluso en tus bordes rotos tu corazón sabe amar. Y si algún día dudas de ti, recuerda lo que puedo ver, que en cada una de tus heridas hay un motivo para creer. Caminábamos sin rumbo claro, solo compartiendo el mismo sol, riendo de cosas tan pequeñas sin saber que nacía algo entre los dos. Tus palabras eran viento suave que llegaba sin avisar, y en medio de simples momentos mi corazón empezó a cambiar. Nunca dijimos nada, pero el silencio lo sabía. Antes de darnos cuenta, ya tu nombre vivía en mi voz. Antes de entender lo que pasaba, tu mirada hablaba por los dos. Y sin buscarlo siquiera, nuestro destino se empezó a escribir, porque a veces el amor llega antes de que podamos sentir. Los días corrían tranquilos como hojas llevadas por el mar, pero en cada pequeña historia había algo difícil de explicar. Tus pasos junto a los míos se volvieron un mismo andar, y cuando quise comprenderlo ya no te podía soltar. Tal vez el amor es así, nace callado sin pedir permiso. Hasta volverse infinito. que cuando vimos ya era nuestro corazón. De la madrugada, tu recuerdo vuelve a caminar como un susurro entre las sombras que el tiempo no pudo borrar. Las calles guardan tu risa como un secreto en el viento, y aunque el mundo siga girando, te llevo en cada pensamiento. Hay voces que no se apagan, aunque el silencio quiera hablar. Son los ecos de tu amor que resuenan en mi interior, como un canto que no muere en lo profundo del corazón. Aunque el tiempo pase lento y la distancia quiera vencer, tus huellas viven en mi alma como un sueño que no se fue. Las noches preguntan tu nombre a la luna que sabe de ti, y las estrellas responden que tu luz sigue aquí. Tal vez no vuelva tu abrazo ni tus pasos junto a mí, pero hay algo eterno en el aire que me recuerda que te viví. La, 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 la. Dicen que el amor se pierde cuando el adiós llega al final, pero hay amores tan fuertes que el tiempo no puede borrar. Son los ecos de tu amor que viajan con cada canción, como un latido distante que aún vive en mi corazón. Y si el destino algún día nos vuelve a poner frente a frente, sabremos que estos ecos nunca dejaron de quererte, porque el amor verdadero no desaparece jamás, se vuelve eco en el alma y en silencio vuelve a hablar. Cuando la noche cubre el cielo y el silencio quiere hablar, tu recuerdo es una estrella que me enseña a caminar. En medio de tantas sombras, tu mirada es claridad, como un faro en la tormenta que me salva al naufragar. Si el mundo pierde su rumbo, tu luz me vuelve a encontrar. Quiero vivir dentro de tu luz, donde el miedo no puede entrar, donde el amor se vuelve tiempo deja de pasar, porque en tu luz encontré la razón de continuar. Un camino lleno de sueños que contigo quiero andar. He cruzado 1000 inviernos buscando un lugar de paz, y en tu voz encontré fuego que me vuelve a despertar. Cada paso que doy contigo es promesa de verdad, como el sol que nace lento después de la tempestad. Dicen que todo se acaba, que el amor se puede apagar, pero hay luces en el alma que jamás se apagarán. Quiero vivir dentro de tu luz, como un sueño sin final, donde los días se iluminan con tu forma de amar. Y si el destino nos prueba y la noche quiere llegar, tu luz seguirá en mi vida como un fuego inmortal. Porque hay amores que brillan más allá de la eternidad, y en tu luz quiero quedarme para siempre, sin mirar atrás.
Bajo un cielo pintado de silencio, donde el viento susurra tu nombre, camino entre sombras y recuerdos, preguntando a la noche por ti. Las estrellas conocen mi historia, las conté mientras te imaginé. Cada sueño guardado en el alma sigue vivo aunque no estés. Y aunque el tiempo pase lento, mi esperanza no se irá. Aquí sigo esperando en el azul, donde el cielo abraza al mar, donde viven las promesas que juramos sin pensar. Si algún día vuelves a mirar atrás, encontrarás mi corazón esperando entre las nubes, donde vive nuestro amor. Las mañanas despiertan tu recuerdo, como el sol tocando el mar, y en el eco de cada suspiro tu voz vuelve a respirar. He guardado tus risas en el viento y tus pasos en mi soledad, porque hay huellas que el tiempo nunca puede borrar. Tal vez la distancia se alarga, tal vez el destino cambió, pero hay amores que esperan más allá del dolor. Aquí sigo esperando en el azul, donde el cielo quiere hablar, donde el alma se ilumina con tu azul de tu When the daylight slowly fades away and the silence fills the room, I can hear the echo of your voice like a whisper in the gloom. Every shadow on the wall feels a little less alone when your heartbeat next to mine becomes the only home. When the world is falling down and the stars refuse to shine, hold me through the nightfall, through the storms and through the rain. When the sky is breaking open and my heart can't stand the pain, hold me through the darkness till the morning finds a way. If your arms are wrapped around me, I know I'll be There are nights that feel like oceans, pulling dreams beneath the tide, but your warmth becomes the lighthouse, guiding me back to life. Every tear that falls in silence, every fear I try to hide, finds a place of quiet healing when you're standing by my side. Maybe love was meant to find us in the middle of the storm, where two fragile hearts discover how to finally feel warm. Hold me through the nightfall, through the thunder and the blue. Let the broken skies above us paint a brighter view. Hold me through forever, through whatever we may face, 'cause your love becomes the shelter no darkness can And when the dawn begins to rise through the fading midnight hue, I will still be standing here, holding on to you. I stood where the quieter hearts wait, watching chances drift away. Every voice was called by fate, but mine was left to stay. I smiled like it didn't hurt, like I never hoped at all. But every dream I once held close felt smaller as they'd fall in a room of shining stars. I faded in the dark. I was never the chosen one, never the name they called, standing where the silence lived. inside my soul. A spark refuses to end. Even hearts that go unnoticed still learn how to mend. Through the echoes of the night, I walk without a guide, carried in a fragile light. I tried so hard to hide. Every road felt long and cold, like the world had turned away. But the wind would softly whisper, your time will find its day. Maybe every broken moment is a step we cannot see, and the ones who walk in shadows write their own destiny. I was never the chosen one, but my heart still stands. Even when the world moves on, I rise where I began, because hope is a quiet fire that the dark can't overtake, and the soul that's never chosen still has dreams to wake. So I'll walk beyond the silence, where tomorrow waits for me, for the ones who feel forgotten still hold their own story. A quiet room, a fading light. The clock keeps whispering tonight. Moments slip through open hands like drifting grains of silver sand. I thought the world would stay the same, that love would always know my name. But time moves on without a sound and turns our dreams around. One breath can change the road we take. One heartbeat is all it takes. Just 60 seconds later, everything can fall apart. A word we never dared to say can shatter someone's heart. But 60 seconds later, hope can rise again somehow, because the smallest minute can rewrite the here and now. The rain begins to softly fall like memories along the wall. Pictures fade but still remain in silent corners of the pain. I walk through echoes of the past where nothing ever seems to last. Yet every tear that hits the ground turns into strength somehow. Maybe life is made of moments, too fragile to control. But even broken minutes can't heal a wounded soul.
'cause one quiet minute can change the lives we made.
Winter lived inside my chest, quiet storms I never confessed. Dreams were sleeping in the cold, stories waiting to be told. Every tear became the rain, falling softly through the pain. And beneath the frozen ground, a hidden hope was found. Time moves slowly through the night, but the dawn remembers light. I will bloom again someday. Through the cracks I lost my way, petals rising from the scars, reaching gently for the stars. Even after storms remain, life still whispers through the pain. From the ashes of the past, a brighter spring will last. Once I feared the silent years, counting all my hidden fears. But the soil of broken dreams feeds the roots of what redeems. Every shadow taught my soul how the wounded heart grows whole. And the wind that once felt cold now feels brave and bold. Maybe falling was the start of a stronger, wiser heart. Every ending leaves a door, leads somewhere more. I will bloom again someday, like the sun that finds its way. Petals dancing in the air, proof that life is always there. Even when the night feels long, hope is writing its own song. From the silence of the rain, I will bloom again. So let the seasons come and go. Every heart is meant to grow. And when the world feels dark and dim, a second bloom begins. I walk through valleys made of stone, carrying silence all alone. Every doubt a heavy chain, every step a quiet pain. But somewhere in the fading sky, a fragile spark refused to die. And through the night so cold and old, I felt the dark begin to fold. Every shadow hides a flame, waiting for a spark to claim. Darkness finds the light, broken stars begin to shine. All the scars I tried to hide turn to strength inside. What once felt cold and old slowly turns to living gold through the echoes of my
their names in me, like restless waves upon the sea. But every tear that touched the ground became the roots of what I found. I learned the night can teach the sun, how the brave are slowly won. And every road that once felt lost was shaping who I'd become. Maybe pain was never vain, maybe loss was part of gain. Every fall along the way built the strength I hold today. When darkness finds the light, every wound begins to rise. From the ashes of the past, hope returns at last. What once felt cold and old now is shining bright and bold. Through the fire of the soul, even shadows turn to gold. So if the night surrounds your heart and the road seems torn apart, remember storms may come and go, but hidden light will always grow. Your voice was fading through the night, like distant stars losing their light. Between the words I couldn't hear, the silence spoke of growing fear. A trembling signal in the air, a broken line that led nowhere. I held the phone against my heart, pretending we weren't far apart. Every pause between your breath felt like love's approaching death. Through the echoes in the wire, I could feel a fading fire. Every word you tried to say slowly drifted far away. Static whispers in the dark, turning memories to sparks. And the love we tried to save got lost between the waves. Your laughter once was clear and bright, now swallowed by the endless night. 1,000 miles inside one call, yet I could barely hear it all. The line was thin, the signal weak, too many things we couldn't speak. Somewhere in that fragile tone, I knew I'd soon be all alone. Maybe distance bends the sound, maybe hearts can't stay unbound. When the truth begins to fade, love becomes a masquerade. Through the echoes in the wire, flickers of our old desire. Every promise once so strong, now dissolving into song. Static rising in the air, like a ghost of what was there. And the love we couldn't hold turned to silence growing cold. I swear your voice is still there. When the night falls slowly and the stars begin to glow, I can hear your whisper in the quiet of my soul. Every breath you give me feels like waves across the sea, pulling me much closer to the place I'm meant to be. Your touch is like a fire running through my veins. Every little moment calls your name. Hold my heart tonight, like the moon holds the tide, closer than the silence, where our dreams collide. Hold my heart tonight, don't let the feeling fade. Love me in the shadows, where our light was made. Hold me, don't let go. Let the whole world disappear. All I ever needed is your heartbeat near. Every step beside you feels like falling into light. Every word between us turns the dark to white. In the quiet distance, where the restless hearts can see, you are like the answer waiting deep in me. Your touch is like thunder, soft but wild and true. Every road I'm walking leads me back to you. Hold my heart through streets I didn't know, chasing echoes in the dark. Every step felt like a question, every silence left a mark. I thought the world was randomized, drawn without a guiding hand. But a view I tried to leave still led me where I stand. Maybe time just pulls the thread through moments we don't see, quietly reminding us of what we're meant to be. Maybe it was written in the stars long before our hearts could see all the ways the world would break, just to bring you back to me. Through the doubt and through the miles, through the nights that felt too long, every step I took away was just leading me along. There were nights I closed my eyes, trying hard to let things go, but the truth kept whispering in a voice I used to know. Like a river finds the sea, no matter where it starts. Some stories never fade away, they just live inside our hearts. Maybe we were never lost, just wandering through the years, learning how to recognize what was always waiting here. Maybe it was written in the scars, in a language we can't read. Every fall and every scar was a step we had to need. And when the silence finally clears through the chaos and the dream, we'll remember all along it was always meant to be. Maybe it was written in the stars, in a language we can't read. Every fall and every scar was a step we had to need. The city breeze in silver light, reflections dancing on the street. Every shadow tells a story of broken dreams and wandering feet. I hear the rhythm of the night in distant trains and passing cars, like lonely hearts are beating softly somewhere underneath the stars. And in the glow of fading signs, your memory still remains, like whispered words in midnight air, falling with the rain. We were hearts beneath the neon sky, burning bright but fading slow. Two lost souls in endless motion, trying hard to let it go. Through the noise and through the silence, through the nights we couldn't explain, we
pavement shines like liquid glass, where yesterday still lingers near. Every drop of falling thunder sounds like something we should hear. I try to outrun every memory, every street we used to know, but every light along this highway still reminds me where to go. Maybe love was never meant to stay the way we planned. Maybe it's just moments shining briefly in our hands. Still our hearts beneath the neon sky beat inside the endless gray, like reflections in the water, slowly drifting far away. But somewhere in the sleepless city, through the storm and through the pain, our echoes keep on glowing in the quiet neon rain. We stood between the quiet lines of something we could almost name, a fragile light between our hands, a spark that never stayed the same. The world was turning slowly then, like time had learned to hesitate, as if the stars were holding back, one breath too soon, one moment late. I felt it in the space between your words and what they meant, a fleeting kind of infinity, the kind the heavens never lent. We were almost touching forever, almost more than just a flame, standing at the edge of something neither of us dared to claim. And the silence kept on whispering what our voices couldn't say, that forever brushed our fingertips, then quietly slipped away. I still remember how it felt when everything was almost clear, like standing in a rising tide of hope that trembled close to fear. We traced the outline of a dream too delicate for hands to hold, a story written in the air before it ever could be told. Maybe forever isn't meant for hearts that walk the earth. Maybe it just passes by to show us what it's worth. We were almost try to silence every thought, every memory of your name, but the truth was always waiting in the quiet of my shame. Now the echoes of your voice still live inside my mind, and every step I take alone leaves something lost behind. Is there a road that leads me back to you? A way to mend the truth I broke apart? If love is more than words we never said, then show me how to find your heart. Through every mile of lonely nights, through every tear I never knew, if there's a light beyond this dark, let it guide me back to you. I see your shadow in the rain, in every place we used to stand, like time keeps drawing silent lines back to where it all began. I never knew what love could hold until I watched it slip away. Now every dream I'm chasing ends with things I didn't say. Maybe forgiveness is a door I'm still too late to reach, but hope keeps whispering your name just beyond my reach. Is there a road that leads me back to you? A chance to heal the scars I made. If hearts can learn from broken truths, then maybe love can still be saved. And if your world has moved beyond the promises I couldn't keep, I'll still be searching for your light in every dream I sleep. I wandered through the quiet dark, where every dream had lost its flame. The night was heavy on my heart, and nothing ever felt the same. I tried to follow distant stars, but clouds kept hiding every sign, until I heard a voice so soft, calling somewhere deep inside. Like a spark inside the silence, like a dawn I couldn't see. Something in the fading shadows was still reaching out to me. Lead me back to where your light begins, where the broken parts can breathe again. Through the storms and through the endless night, guide my soul toward your light. Every step I lost along the way, every tear I tried to hide away, now they're only roads that lead me home to the place where your light glows. I carry doubts like heavy stones through every mile of silent days, but even in the deepest cold, your warmth was never far away. Like sunrise over distant hills, like fire beneath the rain, hope was quietly waiting there beyond the weight of all the pain. Maybe the dark was only there to show me what is true. The night falls soft on quiet streets where distant lights begin to fade. I walk alone through memories like echoes drifting through the rain. The sky is painted deep and wide in colors only dreamers knew. And somewhere in that endless dark, my heart keeps dreaming in blue. Every star feels far away, like words we never said, floating through the silent sky inside my restless head. I keep dreaming in shades of blue, where the sky remembers you. Every whisper of the night turns your shadow into light. Through the silence, through the years, through the tide of hidden tears, every dream I wander through still returns to shades of blue. The wind carries forgotten songs from days we thought would never end. Each melody a fragile trace of what we couldn't comprehend. I tried to leave those dreams behind, to wake inside a brighter view. But every road I walk alone still leads me back to blue. Maybe dreams are just reflections of the love we couldn't keep, falling softly through the darkness while the waking world still sleeps. I'm still dreaming in shades of blue, where the sky remembers you. Every dawn that breaks the night fades but never steals the light. And though time may pour apart all the corners of the heart, somewhere in the endless view, I'll be dreaming still in blue. The night is breathing softly now, a silver hush across the sky. Your shadow moves beside my own like echoes drifting through my mind. I never knew how quiet love could shape the spaces in my soul, until your voice became the sound that made my broken pieces whole. Somewhere between the dark and dawn, our worlds began to blur, like waves that lose their separate lines and slowly just occur. I'm dissolving into you tonight, like moonlight melting into the sea. Every boundary fades away until there's nothing left but we. In the silence of your heartbeat, in the warmth your presence brings, I forget the shape of loneliness and all the weight of lonely things. fading slow, like memories I tried to hide. Every road I thought I knew somehow circles back tonight. I've walked through miles of empty days where silence learned to speak your name, and every step away from you only deepened all the pain. But somewhere in the dark I see a spark that pulls me through, like every star above the sky is pointing me to you. So I'm running through the night to you, through every doubt I ever knew, through every shadow in my mind, leaving all the past behind. If love is more than broken dreams, more than words we never say, then let this restless heart of mine find your light before the day. I carried questions in my chest, like storms that never seem to rest. But even in the coldest hours, your memory outshine the rest. I try to build a life alone when nothing felt too deep or true, but every path I try to walk still ended up with you. Maybe love is not perfection, maybe it's the will to stay, even when the road grows darker, even when we lose our way. So I'm running through the night to you, through the echoes of regret, through the dreams I couldn't hold, and the truths I can't forget. And if the dawn should find me there with nothing left but what is true, then every mile I ran tonight was just to lead me back to you. The night is quiet as the tide, soft shadows drifting through the air. I walk along these empty streets, still feeling like you're somewhere there. Your laughter lingers in the dark, a distant song I can't outgrow, like fading footsteps in the rain that only lonely hearts can know. Time moves on like restless waves, but something stays the same. A fragile sound inside my chest, still calling out your name. I hear whispers from your heart tonight, through the silence and the years, like a melody the wind remembers, softly reaching through my fears. Though the world keeps turning forward and the past has slipped apart, there's a quiet echo in my soul, still beating from your heart. The sky holds colors of the dawn, where yesterday begins to fade, but every light along the way reminds me of the love we made. I try to bury every trace of moments time could never keep, yet every dream I fall into still carries you through sleep. Maybe love is never lost, even when it drifts away. years have drifted quietly like leaves across a silent stream, and all the days we used to share now live somewhere inside a dream. I wonder where the road has led, the life you chose beyond my view. Do echoes of those distant days still ever whisper back to you? Sometimes the wind feels like your voice calling through the years, soft enough to make me hope you still remember here. If my name remains inside your heart like a song you once held dear, then somewhere in the turning world we're never truly far from here. Though time may draw its quiet lines and carry us where we must be, there's comfort in a single thought, if you still remember me. The night is full of distant lights like scattered dreams across the sky, and every star reminds me how some memories refuse to die. I try to let the past dissolve into the tide of passing days, but certain moments stay alive in quiet, unexpected ways. Maybe love was never meant to stay the way we dream. Maybe it just leaves a light in places where we've been. If my name remains inside your heart like a story time can't erase, then every mile that lies between still holds a gentle trace. And even if our paths diverge where endless futures start to be, I'll find a kind of peace within, if you remember me. I wandered through a silent night where every dream had lost its flame. The stars were distant, cold and faint, and nothing ever felt the same. I carried shadows in my chest like storms that never seemed to end, until a quiet voice inside said I could still begin again. Through every doubt that pulled me down, through every endless fight, a spark was waiting patiently to lead me back to light. I'm finding my way back to the light. Through every scar and broken night, every fall has shown me where a stronger heart begins to rise. And though the dark once closed my eyes and left my soul without a guide, I hear a whisper deep within that calls me back to life. The road was long and hard to see, 1,000 questions in my mind, but every step I
take left something heavy far behind. The dawn appears in fragile gold. Across the sky I feared was gone, and slowly hope begins to grow, like morning after endless storm. Maybe the night was never meant to keep me lost inside. Maybe it only showed the way to learn how to survive. Now I'm returning to the light. Through all the years I tried to hide, every tear and every fall was shaping who I am tonight. And when the shadows fade away and courage finally fills my sight, I'll know the road I walked alone was always leading back to life. The evening falls on quiet streets where fading lights begin to glow, and every corner of this town still holds a place we used to know. Your laughter lingers in the wind, a ghost of something warm and bright, like distant bells across the hills, still ringing softly through the night. Time keeps moving like a river, pulling everything away, but some whispers never vanish, no matter how they fade. I still hear where your name echoes in the silence of the rain, like a song the night remembers, calling softly through the pain. Though the years keep drifting onward and the world is not the same, there's a quiet place inside me where your name still echoes. I tried to bury every trace of footsteps left along the shore, but every tide that pulls away returns with memories once more. The sky is wide and full of stars, yet none can guide me quite like you. For even in the deepest dark, your memory breaks through. Maybe love does not disappear when the moment ends. Maybe it just changes form in the hearts it bends. I still hear where your name echoes in the rhythm of my soul, like a flame that keeps on burning even when the night grows cold. And though distance grows between us like an endless winding road, there's a quiet place inside me where your name still echoes. The midnight air is up
like memories that never fade. Your shadow walks beside my home, and every step I've ever made. The city sleeps beneath the stars, yet something in the quiet blue feels like a whisper in the dark, still calling out to you. Time may draw its distant lines across the paths we move, but in the silence of my heart there's still a trace of you. Somewhere you remain tonight, in the spaces of my soul, like a light that never dims, even when the nights grow cold. Through the distance and the years, through every dream I wander through, there's a quiet truth I always find. Somewhere I'm still with you. I hear your laughter in the rain, in songs that drift across the sky, and every dawn that breaks the dark feels like a silent reply. I try to leave those days behind where love once felt so clear and true, but every road my heart explores still somehow leads to you. Maybe love is not a place that time can pull apart. Maybe it's a gentle echo living in the heart. Somewhere you remain tonight, like a star beyond my view, shining through the endless dark in everything I do. And though our worlds may drift apart like waves upon the sea, there's a quiet truth that lingers still. You're always here with me. The years fall softly like the rain across the roads we used to know. Each passing day rewrites the sky, yet some old stars still faintly glow. I try to lose your memory in crowded streets and distant views, but every silence in my heart still whispers back to you. Time keeps turning endless pages of stories left behind, but one name stays between the lines. No matter how I try, only you through time remain, like a light that will not fade. Through the seasons, through the change, through the promises we made, even when the world moves on like waves across the shore, there's a quiet truth inside my soul. You're the one I'm searching for. The night
night is white with silver stars, yet none can guide me quite like you. For every dream I try to chase still holds the shade of something true. I thought the past would slowly fade into the shadows of the years, but every road I wander down still echoes through my fears. Maybe love was never meant to vanish with the day. Maybe it's the thread of life that time can't take away. Only you through time remain, like a song the night still sings, through the silence of the dark and the dawn that morning brings. And though our paths may drift apart beyond what eyes can see, somewhere in the endless years your heart still lives in me. The city sleeps beneath the stars, while quiet shadows drift along. Your gaze holds something I can't name, like half-remember midnight songs. There's a darkness soft and deep, where silent constellations hide, and every secret of the night feels written in your eyes. Time slows down when you look my way, like the world forgets to move. In the stillness of that moment, I'm lost inside your view. There's a midnight in your eyes, where the stars refuse to fade, a quiet storm of hidden dreams and promises we never made. And every time our worlds collide, in the silence of the night, I fall deeper through the dark of the midnight in your eyes. The moonlight spills across your face like silver over restless seas, and every word you never say still drifts toward me on the breeze. I tried to understand the truth behind the shadows in your gaze, but some mysteries of the heart are never meant to fade. Maybe love is just a moment where two lonely worlds align, and the universe grows quiet for a heartbeat lost in time. There's a midnight in your eyes, where forgotten dreams remain, like echoes drifting through the dark, like whispers in the rain. And even when the dawn arrives with its pale and fragile light, part of me will still be lost in the midnight of your eyes. The night unfolds in silver light across the quiet city sky,
where every shadow seems to speak of dreams we tried to hide. Your eyes reflect the pale moon glow like oceans deep and undefined. And in that fragile moment there, no heart can truly lie. Words may wander, hearts may stray through doubts we try to disguise, but the silence of the midnight sky sees through every lie. Moonlight tells the truth tonight in the stillness of your eyes. Every secret of the heart shines where the darkness lies. Though we tried to turn away from the love we couldn't fight, every hidden feeling wakes under honest moonlight. The wind carries forgotten songs of promises we left behind, and every star above the dark feels like a quiet sign. I tried to bury what I felt beneath the noise of passing days, but every night the silver sky brings truth I can't erase. Maybe love is like the moon, soft but impossible to hide.